Welcome to I Ching Mashup with Michele and Lisa. I'm Michele.
And I'm Lisa. Together we explore the ancient wisdom of the I Ching and mash it up with real modern life, our questions, our challenges, and our breakthroughs.
Take a breath, get curious, and let's see what the hexagrams have to say today.
Hi, everybody. Welcome into I Ching Mashup with Michele and Lisa. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Michele. Hello.
Hello. And today with us, we have Mrs. Cheryl Geonanga. I'm sorry, I butchered it already. Geonanga? Is that how you say it?
Geonanga. Geonanga.
That's
Close enough.
Beautiful name. Yes, close enough. Welcome, Cheryl, my friend from a long time. We met, maybe we were saying 6 or 7 years ago in Facebook land. We've never met in person. So that's quite the norm these days, right? But I feel like, Cheryl, we've known each other through so many different evolutions of self. I think when I came into your world or when you came into mine was through Facebook, and you had this really engaging Facebook group, and you taught me so much about the engagement with my circle and building that with my clients, and just such a genius at that. And I know you have a very vast marketing background, right?
Yes, I used to work in marketing and advertising. I used to be the art director in like some of the agencies in Toronto and things like that. That's where my marketing background came from, but it was mostly also the art aspect. So yeah, that's kind of where that comes from. And that's
Yeah.
how it started. Yeah.
So it's just the most perfect story. I'll tell a little bit more around that. You've given me such great advice, and you've done work with me several times in different versions, whether it be through Facebook or building out parts of my website or offer pages that I have. And one thing that you've always done really well is attune to my energy and understand me in a way that I think is difficult for some. And you may have a gift with that, especially in working with people in a spiritual field or a very visual field as well, too. And most recently, I've worked with you in part of your services related to higher self imagery, which I love. You're doing amazing. I did take one of your workshops a couple years ago when we were playing around with AI and got into the communities in terms of imagery and that type of thing. I use it for interior spaces, and that part comes easy to me. But what doesn't come easy to me is what you do. Story through branding and being able to create realistic people that carry an energy. And I think I truly believe that, you're doing something that you're made to do. It's just,
Yeah.
She
Thank
does
you.
really think that.
yes, it's beautiful.
Yeah, she does think that for real, Cheryl.
Oh, thank you guys so much. You guys are making my day. Oh my gosh, I love that. Thank you guys so much for reflecting that back to me because sometimes we're just so in our heads as human beings and there's so much going on like we talked about before. And yes, we're evolving to so many things, but as being an entrepreneur, as you know, this multidimensionality that we have, I love art and that's how I started with all this, with the branding, with the marketing, being able to help a lot of people, like especially women, of course, like I feel like a lot of women are drawn to women. So I naturally just love being able to help people, women, see themselves on this higher level. And so I was always artistic when I was younger. And then up until now, all throughout the marketing, all throughout being able to brand people, and now doing higher self AI photo images, which is exactly what I call them because when now that I mean, it has come a long way in the last 2 years. Like, oh my gosh, Lisa, when you took that master class with me, that
Yes.
like it was actually really hard to do back then. And
Yes.
you couldn't always get it right. And
Yes.
now there are apps that I'm using that really just get the essence of the person, like the realism of the skin, the expression on their faces. Like you can actually do expressive shots and not so posed and
Mhm.
poised. Like nobody likes that stuff, you know, when it's always poised. People love expression because people are longing to feel, you know, in this world. And that's what we really connect to, is that feeling. Like what are we doing here? Is like we are feeling, we are desiring something, to feel something, to be able to live, you know?
Mhm.
And so that's what I really do in my higher self AI photos, is I allow for whatever expression that comes through. And I've taken, like, over the course of like 6 years, healing courses and energy, being able to understand how to tap into one's energy, into the field, and really read the field, and really trusting that within oneself. Because, you know, again, as human beings, we were taught not to trust ourselves and to trust outside
Mhm.
sources. So this is really like, that's why I'm really passionate about this work, is to help us remember who we are at the core. And that means being psychic, intuitive, remembering who we are on that multidimensional level, being able to remember that we have past lives, that we're gonna, when we pass on in this earth, that we are going to reincarnate. Like all of these things, everything is energy, like all of it ties in together. And so, just as an artist, being able to help people see themselves and feel that within themselves is so huge, because when you see yourself in your higher self images, the neuroplasticity in your brain is like, oh my God, that is me. And it helps my clients show up more. It helps them feel more confident. It helps them make more money. It helps them reach more people. It just ultimately helps serve other people. And like, this is what I feel like I've mastered. Well, I'm not mastered in it. Like I don't know if I could
Yes, you
mastered
are
in it.
mastered in it, but we're always learning. But I truly believe you are mastered in a way that other people aren't, just based on being
Hmm.
in your energy, your master classes, and also in a related field and trying to work on that myself. It comes easily and through you. It's not like I don't think it's an easy to replicate. Like I think your system is so different than mine, and the way that it flows through you. I don't know. I'm confident it's not something that I even want to attempt.
I love the fact that you're turning it into an art form, because there's a million and one AI generators out there. Some are human, some are not. And most of them, they're not my higher version of what I want to
I
be.
remember, Michelle, when you did your AI
Well, we
images when it first came out. It was
we
so
just
funny
did it for fun, and it
for
was
fun. Yeah.
hilarious. Our AI bot had a good sense of humor, because I had some
It made your
crazy
boobs really
and
big.
really big 80s hair and just crazy shit. But anyway, but I love how, Cheryl, you do turn it in. It sounds like you're turning it into an art form. And I mean, that's amazing, because you can make anything art. You just have to have the right perspective, right? You have to value it, and
Yeah.
then it becomes art. Yeah. So,
Yeah, I think so. And I think that's why, and I mean, like, I feel like that's with anything. That's why some people are better at like I Ching and some people are better at art. It's because, like,
yeah.
it's a different form of art, but it's because you're passionate about it. And I think that's like
Hmm.
the secret sauce. And of course, like, I've always loved art. When I was younger, I used to win competitions, coloring competitions when I was younger, up until high school. I would win competitions there. Like, you know, there was always something like we,
Hmm.
right, within me. And so that's why also too, oh my gosh, I just love it when people see their photos and they're just like, oh, this
I
is
can't
so
wait to see
beautiful.
mine. You know, me and Lisa are going to do it.
Yeah, oh my God, yes, let's do it. Let's do it. AI is definitely reaching and evolving more, of course. And so yeah, like let's do it. I would love to.
Yeah, we're so excited. I mean, I think one useful part of it too is because Michelle and I, just like you, we live in different parts of the world. So we're not able to be in each other's physical presence very often. So there's something unique about getting the two of us together, or the three of us together even. But like
Hmm.
in the imagery, especially as we're developing this podcast brand, that I think will help to flip that switch a little bit more. And I want to say too, I want to get into the reading, but I feel like in the years that I've known you, Cheryl, and also Michelle has an amazing story in this realm, but we've all gone through some significant transformations that were really uncomfortable. And I know through mine, I lost a sense of self.
Mm.
Like to the degree where I was like, I know, like I looked at pictures of myself and like there was a vacancy in my eyes that was, even unmatched by AI. Like it was just like, even if I was smiling, there was like the light was not there at one time. And
Hmm.
so I really believe like this is a very useful tool. I mean, just think, for my own personal journey, going through divorce and middle age things and starting a business and so on and so forth, I was like, what is my favorite color? I
No,
don't
yeah,
know.
no,
I can't answer it right now.
yeah,
And
yep.
even like, what are your facial expressions in certain, especially if you're trying to, as I think females can relate, and
Yeah.
mothers can relate, there's sometimes we have to keep on a front so that we don't worry our children.
Right.
And
That's so true.
like
There's
it
probably a lot of
a
times our
masking.
children actually save us because we have to put on a front. Like,
Yes.
I'm probably not in jail because I have kids.
So that might,
Oh my
I don't
God.
know how that's going to translate into our images, but
Right. I think like so part of the journey of the images is really, and I know like sometimes you may not be feeling, entirely yourself. And like I think that when again, like when you have something that you can see energetically, it just shifts you. And so this is where I know that a lot of entrepreneurs, especially because I really only work with entrepreneurs, but when we're really having this vision of who we are and what we want to be, then when you see that, it's just in an alignment. It's
Hmm.
like this energetic push, like, oh my God, that is me. Oh my God,
Hmm.
I'm this beautiful, like fiery dress. Oh my God, I'm like, like I'm on the beach and I'm looking like this is actually like a lot of people will say, oh my God, this is actually me. This is how you see me. Like, oh my God, like this is amazing. This is even how I saw myself. And
Hmm.
so when I like tune into people, sometimes I see colors, sometimes I see, like where they are, sometimes I see like what kind of poses that they want, or even just the feeling of the imagery, and to translate that is like something, I don't know, like AI has given us the tools to be able to express that. And so even when you have like when you're not yourself in that moment, it doesn't mean that you're not yourself. It just means you're going through something, and that maybe you just need a reminder, you know?
Hmm. I love that. I
Yeah.
love that so much. Where were you 2 years ago when I was hiding in my basement?
I was
yes,
hiding in my basement too.
2 years ago?
I think you
Yeah.
were.
Yeah. I literally
Woo.
I didn't post for one entire year
Yeah,
because
that's, I'm just now coming out of it.
yeah. And that's okay. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like sometimes it takes time, and I think like that self-actualization maybe has to happen in the dark. Because that's where we grow. That's where we really
Hmm.
self-reflect. That's where we like actually listen to our thoughts and allow ourselves to move through it. Because if we don't listen, we numb ourselves. And when we numb ourselves, we don't actually feel. And then when you don't actually feel, you start manifesting all of these weird things because it's not
Yeah.
in alignment, because you're not in alignment, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Correct. All that is correct.
You're speaking our language so much. Let's think about what we can divine from the I Ching together. So what we're going to do here, and you know what, Cheryl, I should have asked you if you have any card deck that you want to mash up with us, like if you had any affirmations or anything like that. Or are they far away?
They're far away at the
Okay,
moment.
okay. Oh, next time. Next time. I'm so sorry. Yeah,
Okay.
I know this is kind of like an impromptu invite that we're like, oh my gosh, we're talking about exactly what we wanted to say, but Michelle and I are both going to read from the I Ching.
Perfect.
And the reason why we do this is we found the magic in the mashup. So it's even more affirmation that what we're divining is on path, and it's really wild. So it's going to be a very unique experience, and to have you here, but I invite you to bring your intuitive gifts. You
Okay.
mentioned seeing colors and that type of thing, and you have this awareness. So we want you to be a part of this in any way, like even if you have to get your bot out.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. We'll see what we can muster.
Yes. Okay.
I
So
have a feeling
let's,
she's not going to need a bot or card.
no, she's highly intuitive, highly
Yeah.
intuitive. So, gosh, okay. So we can talk about, do we want AI to be, I think we want to talk about here is what is the general energy around our collective in this moment as they're listening to us live or at a future date? What is our, what is our best and most clearest path, our most joyful path towards stepping into that up-leveled version of ourselves
Mm,
to be fully embodied?
I'm writing this down. I know it's recording, but I have to write it down.
I love that. I love that question so much because that's exactly what I that's exactly what I've been pondering and thinking about these past few months is literally how to align to that highest version, how to embody that joy, how to truly live and not
Mm-hmm.
deteriorate in our lives because so many of us are asleep in that sense, and how to really evolve myself more to wake up to that energy, that life force within us. So that's a
I
beautiful
love that.
question.
Like a constant, it's a
Yeah.
constant class we're in. It's a constant learning how to stay that way, how
How
to
to
stay
Yeah.
stay
connected.
that way too, because I feel like we step into that next level and it's like, it's almost like there's a little bit of fear injected in it that holds us back because we're worried about that floor, which was once our ceiling. We're worried about that not
Mm-hmm.
being able to hold us.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
But we've
Um,
done it. We've done it time and time again.
right. Yeah, it's that whole thing of like forgetfulness that that happens at times. So how does the I Ching mashup work? Do you then read and then Michelle reads and then I read, or how does that? It doesn't matter.
So
It's
how,
a mash. It's a true matchup.
yeah,
Okay.
so how
There
that
is no
works,
order other than
Okay.
how
picking
that
your
works is
question.
we're both using card decks because we want you to be able to see the imagery. And I think that's most important to you to see the imagery of the energy. And
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
so then you'll be able to get your intuitive hits. Um,
Okay.
and I'm going to restate the question for us
Yes.
while we're shuffling. Okay. So for our collective of listeners now and in the future,
Oh,
what is the present energy
sorry, that
around?
one flew out.
Yeah, I had one fly out too. What is the present energy around stepping into our higher selves? And what is the most aligned and joyful way to embody this up-leveled version of ourselves in our lives, work, and visibility?
All right,
Mm.
that's too long for me right now. You have
I'm
to
going to
put that
drop it in the chat.
on
Oh, yes. Perfect. I love
paper.
that. I love it. I love it.
I'm shuffling with my left hand today, thinking it might help me get cards out quicker, but it's not.
Sometimes they catapult out, and
Mm.
sometimes they're a little bit sticky.
Well,
And
I'm
that
just
might
an
have to
expert
do
shuffler.
a little bit with the energy. For our collective of listeners now and in the future, what is the present energy around stepping into our higher selves and what the most aligned and joyful way to embody this up-leveled version of ourselves
I got
in
mine
our lives,
too.
work, and visibility. I have mine too also. Okay. Ooh.
What'd you get, Lisa?
Okay, this makes so much sense, of course. Diverging interests.
Okay.
That's
Mm.
hexagram 38.
Mm-hmm.
I won't go into that too much yet, but can you see this, Cheryl?
Yeah, it's a little fuzzy, but I can
Okay.
see.
It's pretty. It reminds me of like a summer sunset or something.
It looks like water and right,
Mm-hmm.
a sun at the back.
It does look like a sun, and there's these like almost like stalagmite type formation there, which could be like the upward motion of the sun itself, or it could be setting. I don't know quite yet.
Mm.
So it looks like there's like a pathway and water. It's actually the energy of fire above and lake below. So
Oh,
yeah, very pretty.
What's
yeah.
your
Um,
second one?
My second one is youthful folly, which is why I say this is perfect as we talk about the joyful way to
What number is
embody
that?
this. This is 4, hexagram 4. So it's
Okay.
38 shifting into 4.
Okay.
And what is yours?
I got 24, the turning point, which is a snake eating its tail.
Yes,
The turning point. So
I
that's
like that
part of
one.
the question. What's the most clear and joyful? What was the first part of the there it is for our collective listeners? What
What
is
is
the
the
present
present
and
energy? The present
yeah,
energy around
I see it.
stepping into our higher selves, and what is the most aligned and joyful way to embody this up-leveled version?
So we are at the turning point for the first part, so that's good. And then the second one is gathering together.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Gathering together. I love that.
Does that say 43?
45. So it's
45. Okay.
24 and 45.
24 and 45. Okay. So I do see quite a bit of change lines in mine. Are you shuffling some affirmation cards? Okay.
They're actually oracle cards. I hope that's okay.
Oracle cards. Oh, wonderful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
any
that's
person.
perfect.
I have 3
Yeah.
change lines. How many do you have?
I have 1, 2. Oh, it's just 2, but my eyes were making it look like there were a lot more than that.
Damn your eyes.
Perimenopause.
Yeah. Readers, go to the dollar store.
Yes, these lines are hard to read, and then staring at the computer all day doesn't help.
No.
No, that
Yeah,
blue light, man, not good
it
for the eyes
does.
at all.
It is not good. So I'm going
Yeah.
to tell, while you're shuffling, Cheryl, I'm going to add into just to set the scene, diverging interests and why I find this so interesting and pertinent to what we're discussing right now. Is there some level of estrangement indicated? And I feel like the diverging interest and why I said ooh is I feel like there's different parts of ourselves. And I think as our question alluded to, like what is our present energy? There's a little piece of us that has a hesitation into stepping
Mhm.
into our higher selves fully to its full capacity. So that's really interesting to me. It talks about how people grow apart, and we can grow apart from ourselves. We can grow apart from people in our circle. It doesn't have to be dramatic or nefarious in any way. We're just pulling back in different ways or giving more in certain areas. And it says, different natures and interests bring opposition into the world of human affairs. And we talked a little bit about this in our pre-chat. Um, So it doesn't have to be about alienation. I don't want you in my circle anymore. It doesn't have to be that type of major breakup, even within ourselves. When diverging interests make a situation seem stagnant or futile, remember that there are always creative possibilities inherent in polarities.
Mm.
I like the creative possibilities.
Mhm.
Yes. Yep. I love that too. I love the idea. Well, because we are creators, so whatever I feel
Mhm.
like whatever comes our way, we are able to transmute that energy and put it out to the world as we see fit, and on a conscious
Or
level, of course.
I was going to say, if you're conscious, you can do it. Like if you're
Yes.
understanding, you can control your power, your energy, your
Yes.
source of, you know, discernment, then yes, you can. But like Lisa was saying, how we can have divergence with ourselves. Like, isn't that what the original sin is? Like, isn't that what they talk about between, I don't know, Adam
I,
and Eve?
you know,
Like, we're diverging. Like, if you look at it from a mystical point of view or from like like a spiritual point of view and not necessarily verbatim, it's like truly they have a divergence with themselves. They're clearly not whole. They're clearly not completely connected. All of a sudden, they're like, whoa, what did we do? And that's exactly what happens to us when we up level and we got to step into something new. It's like, whoa, be careful what you ask for. That's where that saying comes from.
yeah, and there's so many different origin stories out there, but the masculine and the feminine always being in the dark and the light and all of
Mm-hmm.
these natures and qualities always having that interplay. But that's existing right now between our present selves and our future selves. And
Mhm.
I think it's really important to have this conversation because, like you said, Cheryl, in our pre-chat, like I feel like, and Michelle, you say all the time, like this is the year if it's going to happen. It's going to happen now after the year of the snake that we went through. And I
Mhm.
know a lot of people, and we've been having a lot of discussions around this with guests, that the year of the horse, we thought we would be galloping off into the sunset, playing with our friends, wind in our hair, being so pretty horses. And it's been a bit of a different, that not that type of horsey experience.
A
No,
stubborn
not at
horse.
all. Yeah. I feel like for me personally, like the year of the horse has really been like um a lot of truths that it's almost like you can no longer lie to yourself is what I'm trying to say.
Mhm.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, like you're just faced with this matter and it's either again you unconsciously ignore it or you are consciously aware of it and you accept it and then you are able to move on, which I feel like has been happening for me a lot lately with the year of the horse being the year of the horse. I was like, okay, so it is sort of like yeah, you're galloping, but you're galloping through like the things that you
Briar
actually,
bushes.
yeah, exactly. You're like
Right.
riding through and you're like, oh my
Yeah.
God, I don't know if I actually want this, but I want this, you know,
Yeah.
like it's sort of like this give and take, but I mean, so many things have been happening for me this year. I'm going to Costa Rica in August, and I'm gonna go for about 5 months with my daughter, and then like just not just travel, but like even like different connections with people and healing like
Mhm.
retreats and all these things. Like it's all coming together in a way where I feel like last year version of me would be like, you're not actually doing this, are you? You know?
Yes,
So
you are.
yeah, and yes, I am. And it's like
Exactly.
I never thought I would be doing
Well,
that.
that's so true. It does feel like, you were mentioning the year of the of truth and visibility. And sure, there's probably a lot of people that are just like, I see it, but I'm not ready for that. So I'm gonna
Mhm.
stay where in this darkness here. So what you're saying makes a lot of sense of what we've been experiencing and reading and what we've been saying, Michelle and I, and with guests as well too, I feel like what we say manifests so quickly this year. So be really
Mhm.
careful about what you say because like a few times this year, I'm like, I think I'm about ready to expand in this way. And I would say it to one person, like thinking in my head, oh, do that next year or 2 years. And then
Yeah.
boom, happens. And I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. So
Well, I think it's because we're at the turning point, which is what my card said. So, like
yes.
those people who have been working on reconnection with their higher selves, who have been working on raising their energy and their consciousness, right? Like this is the sign. It's time. Go to
Yeah,
Costa
tell
Rica.
us
Do whatever
tell
you
us
need to
about
do,
it.
Cheryl. It's time, right? I mean, it's the
Yes,
start of a new cycle. It says right here, right timing.
that's so
Start of a
beautiful.
new
I'm getting
cycle,
goosebumps.
regeneration,
Mm,
inevitability. So if you're at this point where you have been, like riding through the bramble bushes on bareback on a wet horse while the trees are smacking you in the head as you go by,
Like a
it's
Treyu.
inevitable now. And it's
oh
steady.
my God.
Like there, I don't even need to read anything else about that card.
Okay, this is not gonna sound really strange because of course, like I have actually been doing a lot of research on the word regeneration keeps coming up
Well, there you
because
go.
us as human beings, because we are AI as well. We're the most intelligent AI. And so
Mhm.
it's also remembering that we can regenerate ourselves, we can reverse age. Like this is part of all of my higher self learning this year is like I'm an artist, but I'm also reversing my age and I'm also like doing this and I'm doing that and I'm like connecting with more people. I'm connecting with this. I'm also healing with my higher self. You know what I mean? It's like part of the reading I think for both of your cards that came up, I also feel because this is what was coming through for me is that we can embrace like our individuality and our multidimensionality and share it all without having this fear of like, I don't know if people are going to resonate. It's like, say what you need to say and do it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
because then when you say what you need to say without the hesitation of the overthinking, people actually connect with that more because you're going through it. They're going through it. We're all kind of going through this like whole idea. And I think now this is like moving into a new paradigm of like, now it doesn't have to be always one thing. You can be many things because
Right.
you are many things. You're not just, I'm not just an artist. Like like I do more than that. And sharing that and people resonating, people are dropping in my DMs now about like things that I'm mentioning that really have nothing to do with art, but still have to do with art, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's really interesting how like the visibility aspects and the up-leveled version of ourselves is really like just letting go of the idea that it has to be a certain way. Because what I'm realizing in all of this is that everybody, like, you can do it your own way and there's no right or wrong way to do it. You just do it. You just
Right.
do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Why
So
that
can I
company got paid millions of dollars or billions of dollars to write that slogan because it applies everywhere.
Yeah, and it's a universal energy. Like no
Yeah.
wonder, you know?
Yeah.
Should I read mine now?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. So I have the cosmic heart, devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. So
Mm. Love that.
beautiful. Yeah, and I think that really applies to what we're talking about. Like if we're talking about like making your life a moving prayer, it's really about, again, like the idea of living life. Like why are we so caught up in like the what ifs and the doubts and the fears, and yes, it's always going to happen, but like living life is like, and again, going through my higher self stuff, I'm removing all toxicities from my life. I'm starting to do that, starting to regenerate from the inside out. Like this is
Mm-hmm.
living life. We're making the choices now because we now know what is good for us and what is not so good for us. So I
Mm-hmm.
feel like the cosmic heart is like going back to self, the devotion, the potency of yourself, and making your life a moving prayer of like how you've always wanted to live and just doing that like now,
Yeah.
So
Now, right now.
now, yes, now.
I love that. I do have goosebumps from that. I love that.
Yes. Perfect. I love
Yeah.
that so much. So many things are coming to my mind as you both are talking. So I hope it comes back around, but I know we're getting a lot of intuitive downloads. I just quickly want to touch on the few change lines and have that discussion. And then also, Cheryl, if you want to shuffle for a second, forward energy. Um, okay, so I do have. Okay, it says if you find yourself in a group of people with whom you have little in common, seeds of opposition can turn into personal isolation. In such circumstances, the ideal solution is to find someone with whom you share deep interests and unwavering trust. Through the taking of a good friend or partner, inner opposition can be overcome. So there you go. That's
Inner.
the
There's
remedy
the inner.
for for solving that inner disconnect from self. So, and there's many ways that we can connect. I feel very connected to both of you, even though we're in different parts of the world. So just because your circumstances may feel I don't have anybody, you do. There's access to us and this podcast, finding your friends in any like-minded community. I know what I was thinking, Cheryl, is that a lot of times I talk to you, and I don't know if this is aligns with your beliefs or what you're discovering, but I know Michelle and I have been talking about like the different versions of ourselves. Do we feel or have any thoughts around are there different versions of ourselves choosing different paths all the time?
That's an interesting question. Yeah. It was like if anything is possible, and this is something that I learned through Jerry Sargent from Star Magic. He's one of my mentors. And he's saying that there are different timelines for different things because like there obviously like this is just one realm of things and there are
Yeah.
different many different realms. And so you can tap into those versions. And reading also, it kind of goes in tandem with conversations with God. It's like everything is already laid out,
Mm.
every version, every scenario, and so you can tap into that version willingly. and really just like feel the energy of that every day. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that that tapping into self in that way with the intention of what you are creating will obviously create more of that, because whatever you focus on flows and whatever you don't focus on dies, right? So this is where we have to really be cognizant, and this is where that awareness comes in, is like, what am I focusing on? And so I feel that that ties really nicely together, as to, like how to show up for ourselves and how to like really live as that
It's
version
all
of us.
choices, like it's all
Mm-hmm.
intentional choices that we make. And basically, the rest of this, I'm just going to skip forward in the interest of time and let Michelle and you round it out. But basically, the gist of diverging interests is to multiply your intentions through finding the like-minded, safe people that you can share um, these values and these higher self. I'm paraphrasing, where you can safely say that and feel safer into stepping into it. And then youthful folly ties right back into things that we have all talked about. Our children are our teachers a lot of time. And to be able to have that joy and that play and that part without being without the carelessness necessarily, but by having the well-intentioned, joyful folly is the level forward. So that sense of play, but being humble and having that student mindset always.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
that.
don't get too cocky. There's always something to learn,
We always
right?
are
Yeah.
told to be humble, so we know that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't believe we didn't get a card that said be humble this week because
Well,
we
mine did.
always
Mine
get,
did say be humble.
did it
It did. It did.
every
Okay.
time. So,
I'll
going to
let you
do
guys.
my
Yeah, I'll let you
lines.
tie it up.
So, I think Cheryl's going to love my change lines. The first one I have is line 5. And it says, being fully present in this moment and each moment as it comes creates an inner spaciousness where everything moves a little slower with more grace. You might be aware that there is no urgency to go anywhere or do anything, but take care that this easiness does not fall back into complacency. The new growth cycle that is coming needs your alertness as well as your relaxation. So again, you need the balance, the yin and the yang, right? And so I just,
Complacency is the worst. Like
it
that's
is.
complacency is the worst villain to us.
It is. And it's so easy to fall into as well. I know from experience. But the
Same
time,
here, same here.
yeah. So then line 4 changed. Well, then we have a lot of things in common. Line
Yes.
4 is changing. And it says the time for making a fresh start can be like coming home after a long, exhausting journey, and it does not require effort, only a willingness to stay open and receptive to the flow of energy that is beginning to build up from within. So, like, this is all from within. A turning point isn't external. You have to start it from within, and then everything external will line up with it, right? And then my first line, the bottom line changed, and it says your inner equilibrium will be nourished best now by paying close attention to what your intuition is telling you. When in doubt, listen to the body first. It has no, and it's in quotes, it has no ideas that might lead you astray. There you go.
That's beautiful. Yeah, that's beautiful, because again, like your body knows, your intuition knows. I had just a really quick short story before I leave. I went to the dentist office with my daughter, and the dentist quoted me $4,000 to fix her cavities. And immediately I was like, I don't think so, right? My whole intuition was like, no, this isn't it. And so what I did now is like I did all this research, and now we're not paying $4,000. Her teeth are actually regenerating. On the
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. So like she's healed like one out of the four cavities, but it was an inner knowing. It was like, okay, I don't know how this is gonna happen, but something is telling me that this is okay, that it's gonna be okay, and that we can find a different way. And
Mm-hmm.
it stems back to what we're eating, what we're putting in our bodies, the environment, how, you know what I mean? Like this is like part of I guess, like going back to self, going back to nature, playing more outside, standing in the ground with your feet, like just buried in the grass, like playing more,
Mm-hmm.
like you said, like having that playfulness again.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm playing more with Malia, remembering that, like I'm really like I'm 45. I don't feel 45, but like, it's going
You're
back to
just a
like,
big kid.
you're just a big kid and
Just
being,
be a big kid.
yes, and being okay with that, because I feel like that the mind is like where we start to age first, right? And
Correct.
so,
Yes.
yeah,
Well,
it
everything
starts
starts inside and works its way out. So,
right, and which is exactly what your card was talking about.
hmm
So I feel like that's just such a beautiful, I guess, conclusion to what we're talking about today, because it's just hopefully a reminder to everybody to just go out and play. Like, let's just get all that programming of who we need to be and who we have to be and all the things. And why not just be in the moment right now? What do you
hmm
want to do right now? What makes you feel good right now? And just go do it.
hmm
Yes, thank you so
Beautiful.
much for being here. And I encourage anyone who has any interest in what we're talking about to look into the description. We're going to put your information. How do you prefer to be contacted?
Anything through social media, Facebook, Instagram. I have TikTok accounts as well. So all the things,
Okay.
I'm okay. I have a website. Would you like me to give you all the things?
Yes, yeah, we will have your website there for people as well to look into. And I encourage anyone who's curious. That's a great energy to be in. I think the gist, like you said, is to let go of that fear of perfectionism and to have that trust that you can hold this higher self energy and even go further. And having those images is gosh,
hmm
I say it's the best kept secret tool right now that I know of. In addition to other alignment practices that you can have, but something about being able to see that image and being able to connect with it is so powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's like being able to bring the intangible tangible is what a lot of my clients have said.
Mhm.
But thank you guys so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Agree.
Thank you so much. We invite you back. Thank you, everybody, for listening to us and joining us in this. And if you've been mashing up at home and you have some thoughts that we've just shared, feel free to comment on the description where you found us and let us know. And if you want to be a guest, you can contact us and we'd love to have you. All right.
Definitely.
Talk to you soon.
Bye,
Bye,
Cheryl.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us on I Ching Mashup with Michele and Lisa. If today's conversation sparked something in you, sit with it, journal on it, or pull your own hexagram and see what answers arise. Until next time, keep listening for the wisdom beneath the noise. We're Michele and Lisa, and we'll see you in the next mashup.